Now that you have your presentation and you've created snapshot views that you like, we're going to go and create a drawing. So you're going to go File, New, and bring up this window. We're going to go standard.idw create. And then you're going to hit Base, and you're going to be given options probably right away from the different views that you have. If you don't see a view like this, you're going to need to find your presentation file here and hit open, and that will give you the file that it's actually looking at. But Inventor just uses the last file that you had open, and so since I had my presentation file as my last file open, it automatically loaded that in. Then you can choose the view. Maybe I didn't like view 1 very much. I could choose view 2 or view 3. You can do multiple views, but it does fill up the screen. I'm just going to do view 2 here, and you can change the scale. It's at 1/2 scale. We can maybe change it to 1. You can even go like 1.25 or something. You can change it to any number you like. And then once you have that, we can go, okay. So now we have our exploded diagram. Realize I did not completely pull mine apart. You're going to be expected to spend more time in tweaking those components. But once we have that, we can select the entire thing, and under Annotate, we can create a parts list. And here we can create the parts list. You should just be able to go the default setting and hit OK, and hit OK here, and then go here, and it will give you the parts list. You can see that it tells you what item, quantity, what the part number, and name it, or description. Sometimes I just keep both and realize that the part number isn't necessarily a number, or the description it might be different. The part, the file that you save it as is the description, and the part number is saved within the part under some settings. And so once you have these, now you can create your little balloons. And so creating your balloon, you can click here, go here, and double click there. Notice that is 11. And you can see 11 is the smart motor, or the B5 motor. You can click on here. Number 7 is a 3/8 832 screw. We can click here. Typically what I do is I click once and then make another leg. You don't have to do that. Then once I have my other leg, I double click to finish. So number 10 is the shaft. Notice there are 3 of them. I don't need to select all 3 shafts. You can select, maybe just 1 or 2 of a given component, and a normal person would be able to understand that like this is the same as this is the same as this. So I really only need to label it once. You want to keep it as neat as you can. This is the 1.5 inch standoff. There are quantity 10 of those. Okay. And so go through and label each of the unique parts. And so there you should have at least 17 different balloons there. But again, I can't access this effectively because I have not spent the time to create a full tweaked assembly. I haven't pulled everything apart, and so it will be easier to select some of the things like the spacers and washers if you pull those apart in your presentation file. But once you have that, you can save it and you're done. And so I'm just going to save it under as Pinching Claw, but this is again has the same name but a different extension, so it's not going to write over my IAM, which is the assembly, or IPN, which is the presentation. This is an IDW, which is the drawing. And you're going to need to give me a snip of your individual drawing exploded view here with the bubbles and your parts list. That's it.